How do I know my baby is getting enough milk without weighing them? This video is aimed at parents with babies from around 5 days old onward and is a general guide. For help working out your own individual situation, call the National Breastfeeding Helpline on 0300 100 0212 or visit lcgb.org/find-an-ibclc. Positioning and latch. Being able to latch effectively and comfortably at the breast is hugely important for getting enough milk. To do this, they need to be held in a position that is comfortable for them and for you. There are certain things to watch for, no matter which position you're holding the baby. Held in really close, nipple pointing up the baby's nose, head, neck and body in a straight line, and nothing on the back of their head. When you're in the right position, tease the baby's nose with your nipple, wait for the baby to tilt their head back and open really wide, bring them forward swiftly, chin leading, nipple aimed at the back of the roof of their mouth, and the bottom lip starts and stays well away from the base of the nipple. The first 10 seconds or so may be uncomfortable, but if it doesn't ease, it's a sign that something isn't right. Signs that you have a deep latch. It's comfortable. Nose is free, top lip straight, not curled. The bottom lip, if seen, is curled out. Full cheeks, more areola, if seen, visible above the baby's top lip than below the bottom lip. Chin indenting breast. At the end of the feed, your nipple should be a normal shape for you. It may be longer, but it shouldn't be pinched, flattened or misshapen. If the feed is uncomfortable, unlatch your baby and have a look at your nipple shape. If it's not normal for you, it shows something isn't right with the latch. When the baby first latches, they will do quick, shallow sucks. These sucks encourage the milk to flow. This baby is doing quick stimulation sucks to try and encourage mum's milk to start to flow. After a few seconds or minutes, the milk ejection reflex or letdown will happen. This is when the milk starts to really flow. Some people experience a sensation with this, others feel nothing. Both are normal. At this point, the way the baby is sucking will change. The sucks will be slightly longer and deeper, with swallows every 1 to 2 sucks. These babies are drinking beautifully at the breast. This baby is swallowing with every single suck. These next 2 babies are swallowing with every 2 sucks. This active part of the feed is when the baby gets most of their milk. This baby is swallowing with every suck. Try not to worry about the amount of time spent actively feeding, but if your baby does need extra milk, this is the part of the feed to encourage more of. This baby's drinking beautifully and beginning to get sleepy. As the feed goes on, the bursts of sucking will get shorter, the baby will get sleepy, the pauses will get longer, the sucks will get less active, and the sucks may be fluttery. These next 2 babies are flutter sucking. It's a very valuable part of the feed, although they don't get much in ways of quantity of milk at this point. At the end of the feed, they should unlatch themselves and then be content. They may want the second side. It's important to let your baby feed whenever they show signs. These babies are showing us some feeding cues. It's normal for a baby to have no regular pattern to feeds. Sometimes they may want to feed after 10 minutes, other times after a few hours. But it should be at least 8 to 12 times in 24 hours, if not more. A really important way of knowing your baby is getting enough milk is, warning, poo pics coming up. These are some examples of breastfed baby poo. Under 6 weeks old, your baby should be doing at least 2 poos a day. They will be yellowy, runny, and may have seed-like bits in. After 6 weeks, they may poo less often, sometimes days and days without. Babies of any age should be doing at least 6 heavy wet nappies in 24 hours. There shouldn't be a strong smell to their wee, and it should be a pale straw colour or clear. Another way to tell your baby is getting enough milk is if they're growing. Are they growing out of their clothes? Do they look different to photos from last week? These are all things that make parents worry they have low supply, but they're all very common. They don't indicate a problem as long as the baby is growing well and filling nappies as expected. Frequent feeding, not being able to express much, not wanting to be put down, no letdown sensation, difficult evenings, soft breasts, drinking a bottle after a breastfeed, frequent waking, no leaking. Cluster feeding. This is a term that's used when babies feed very frequently or sometimes continuously over the course of a few hours. It's common for babies to have at least one spell of cluster feeding a day, often in the evenings. Growth spurts. These are times when babies cluster feed a lot. They can be fairly intense and unnerving, but are normal as long as babies' nappies continue to fill. They can last up to a few days. They tend to happen around the same ages: 10 days, 3 to 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 12 weeks, 4 months, but can happen at any time. So how do you know your baby is getting enough milk? Deep, comfortable latch. You can see or hear swallowing, going to the breast whenever they ask, at least 8 to 12 feeds in 24 hours, lots of wee and poo, and they're growing. Thank you so much to everybody that sent their videos and pictures. Don't hesitate to reach out for support if there is any part of breastfeeding that you feel unsure about. The National Breastfeeding Helpline is open from 9:30 in the morning until 9:30 at night every single day. There are peer support groups running in your local area and online, and you can find a lactation consultant at lcgb.org/find-an-IBCLC. Please do reach out because there are a lot of people out here to support you.